My students have told me that in order for them to get up the stairs at school, they would leave their wheelchair at the bottom and a strong friend would put them over their shoulder and take them upstairs to class. So there is a really big community spirit here. But in order for young people to participate in education, those kind of situations are quite common. Over the last 2 to 3 years, we've worked very hard to make the campus more accessible for persons with disabilities. It was actually difficult to see people with disabilities within the community because most people stayed at home with their families and stayed indoors. You would have to go to particular centres in order to engage and participate in activities with people with disabilities.
The first barrier that we face when we're trying to support students with disabilities is identifying who they might be. An English teacher came to me looking for some advice about a student because he had failed his one element of his test, English test, which was the listening element. And after some discussion with the lecturer eventually found out that the student had a hearing impairment that he hadn't disclosed or told anyone about. One of the reasons for that was he had a fear of losing his job because of it, or losing his scholarship because of it, you know, that he would not be allowed to study because of a disability. And I think that's reflective of the mindset.
I guess over the last few years, young people or the younger generation have made the decision that they'd like to be seen and participate. It's nice to see that young people are kind of pushing their boundaries, and parents understanding that they can manage and that they can cope in this kind of in the environment.
There will be opportunities for them. There is, of course, from their point of view, it's difficult to see that because they still have this barrier of, but yeah, that's fine, because in your RMIT bubble, you're going to look after me and support me, but then I have to go out there. And maybe the supports and the same attitude doesn't exist out there. For me personally, I absolutely see potential in all of the students that we have that have disabilities. I mean, there's no, I don't see any limits or barriers to what they might achieve or what they might go on to do. If I did, I was in the wrong job.